I'm just praying to God it's not a 50-50 again.
I'm sorry?
I'm just praying it's not a 50-50. I like for Democrats to be 51-49, but whatever happens, I kind of hope it's not a 50-50.
Have you been praying for stimulus checks of $2,000, Social Security increases of $200 per month, or child tax credits, praying for stimulus provisions and different things to come through, promises that are unfulfilled? Well, if so, we have also heard that now Senator Joe Manchin is praying as well. Now, I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. This is your breaking news, stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Take a look at these headlines coming out, you guys. Joe Manchin says that he's praying for an end to a 50-50 Senate as it breaks for election. The results of the November 8th midterms, they could shape the lame duck session in which Congress has a packed agenda full of must-pass bills and other priorities for both parties. And Joe Manchin is saying he's had enough of the 50-50 Senate where all eyes are on him and he's the determining vote, where he is in a Republican state. He's a Democratic senator for a federal Congress, and he said he's just done. He's just praying for one seat to change. He's hoping that'll be 51-49, so there's not so much pressure on him, and he is the only deciding person that's holding things back. And you guys, literally, if we had a 51-49 Senate, back when the Build Back Better bill was first introduced, progressives, they wanted to see reoccurring monthly stimulus checks. They wanted to see child tax credits, the Social Security increases, free childcare, free college tuition, they wanted a $10 trillion bill in some cases. And that got whittled down significantly because Joe Manchin had a lot of pressure on him not to push that through, and he was concerned about inflation. Literally all of that could have potentially came through before if it was not a 50-50 Senate. And you guys, take a look at this, the fall of Joe Manchin's permitting compromise. Because he went all that time not doing it, he gained the support of Republicans. But then in the end, he got a side deal with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, passed the Inflation Reduction Act, or the Reconciliation Bill, formerly known as the Build Back Better bill, then lost support from Republicans. And he also had lost the support from Democrats for all of that time, stalling and removing all the provisions. So now nobody's supporting any of his bill items. And now he is praying that things change because he's saying things are just falling apart for him, you guys. So let me know your thoughts. Now, I've got some video footage you're not going to want to miss. You're going to get to hear it for yourself as Senator Joe Manchin is saying he's praying that things take a change here very soon. Now, let me know your thoughts, you guys, because as you saw, November 8th is going to be when these midterm elections come up, and we're going to be seeing how things change, the dynamics of which could be massive for legislation, for stimulus. And we are hearing that we're going to be needing something here soon because things are not looking good. What we're hearing is going to be coming at the end of this year and going into 2023 with a recession, with inflation, with interest rates. We're hearing people are likely probably going to need some help here. And there's $600 billion of leftover funds just sitting there. People are probably going to need some form of help. They're saying a recession is likely going to be the number one thing that is going to bring that fourth federal level stimulus check. Now, we will see. I will keep you guys up to date every step of the way. Now, also, there are states, cities, and counties sending out their own provisions to help out at this time from leftover funds, keeping you up to date on that. If you want access to that, I've got over 100 different stimulus checks happening right now at www.reliefroadmap.com. I've spent the last 3 months compiling that for you guys. Also, if you want updates on how to maneuver through this recession and make good decisions financially, check out the second channel. I'm going to be doing updates on real estate, inflation, stocks, the economy, so that way you know what to do to build wealth and help change your life financially for yourself and your family at the Steve Ram Finance channel. And also, you guys, with that being said, let's dive into the latest so you can hear it for yourself. As Joe Manchin is saying, he's joining the prayer group. But before we dive in, if you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button. Helps out the channel with the YouTube algorithm a ton. Thank you so much. Leave your comments. Love to hear your thoughts. Share this out if you think it could help out other people. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, it's free here on YouTube. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. And any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's the best way to get a hold of me directly. And please use caution. We're getting tons of scammers here on YouTube that take my picture. They claim they're me and they tell you to wire them money and stuff. You guys, that is not me. Contact me directly at SteveRam3. Ram3 on Instagram. But with that being said, take a look at this video footage. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
54 past the hour. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell says the Republicans have a 50-50 shot of regaining control of the Senate in the midterms, but that it's going to be really, really close either way. That's likely going to make Senator Joe Manchin nervous, since this is what the West Virginia Democrat told NBC News senior national political reporter Sahil Kapoor.
Can I get your reflections on this Congress? You've been at the center of so many things. You've gotten a lot of bipartisan things done.
I'm just praying to God it's not 50-50 again.
I'm sorry?
I'm just praying it's not a 50-50. I'd like for Democrats to be 51-49, but whatever happens, I kind of hope it's not a 50-50.
So you don't have to be at the center of everything again.
And Sahil joins us now. Tell us more about your conversation with the senator.
Well, Mika, it's not every day you see a politician essentially praying that he has less power in the foreseeable future, but that is what Senator Joe Manchin did in that interview that I had with him. And the reason for this is not difficult to see. He said he wants Democrats to hold on. He'd like it to be 51-49, and the reason, to read between the lines is quite simple. He has not enjoyed being the decisive vote in this entire Congress. He's been at the center of the storm, the linchpin of the Democrats' 50-50 Senate majority, all while representing a state that President Biden lost by 39 points. West Virginia is deep red, and Joe Manchin has been put in a position over and over and over again where he has to choose between the leanings of his state, his Republican-leaning constituents, and his party, the Democratic Party. He's made a lot of people angry on both sides of the aisle every step of the way, and he does not want to do that anymore. There are politicians who wouldn't be so fazed by this, but Manchin is someone who likes to make the left and the right happy, and he has simply not had the luxury of doing that over the last 2 years on many of these very contentious issues. So he'd like not to be the decisive vote next year, although certainly he would like to keep his chairmanship of the Energy Committee, and that requires Democrats holding on.
Sahil, do you get the sense from Senator Manchin that Democrats, if they come around to him at all on some of his energy proposals, that he might have been more flexible on other proposals?
Well, they've tried on some occasions to do just that. I mean, the Inflation Reduction Act, if you think of it, the reason they were able to get it through is that they made a commitment to Joe Manchin that they would move forward with a permitting reform package that includes an overhaul of energy and infrastructure projects, how they get approved, and that was Chuck Schumer's promise. He did agree to put it in the government funding bill, and he was ready to move forward with it until Manchin, recognizing that there wasn't enough Republican support, backed down from it. So Democrats have tried to move in Manchin's direction on energy on that front, and the simple fact is that the energy and climate provisions in the Inflation Reduction Act were negotiated entirely around Joe Manchin's demands. They had 49 votes and a House majority to go much, much further. So there's no doubt they have moved in his direction, and they've had to.
So there you have it, you guys. Senator Joe Manchin praying that he has less power, so all of the burden is not falling upon him, as he is that conservative Democrat in the Senate, which is the one vote that has been holding back a lot of provisions, and he's been getting a lot of flack from both sides of the aisle. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Now, we will see, because November 8th is coming up here very soon. Midterm elections. We're going to be seeing how things change in Congress. Are we going to maintain a Democratic Congress with a Democratic president? Will we have a Republican Congress with a Democratic president? Will we have a split one with maybe the House going Republican and the Senate staying Democrat? Let me know your thoughts, you guys, but we will see. And also, we're hearing progressives saying that if they maintain, there's going to be more reconciliation bills on the way that's going to be helping out with stimulus provisions. They're still going to be fighting to get a lot of their Democratic agenda items push through, and we will see. And there's also calls from the Republican side saying that they're going to be providing child tax credits and other provisions as well if they get into power. So we will see, because after these midterm elections happen, there's promises from both sides of the aisle. I'll keep you up to date here on the channel, you guys. But that is the latest, and as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far, you haven't already, don't forget, smash the like button if you appreciate the updates. Hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. I'll let you know everything as it unfolds, as things are ramping up as we get to these midterm elections. Any specific questions, Instagram at SteveRam3. Check out the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth, personal finance, and also www.reliefroadmap.com to get access to the comprehensive list of every stimulus check across the nation, all in one easy to access place for you, so you don't miss out on anything. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.